Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. I have missed you all. So sorry that I've not been as active on this channel doing live streams because if you do watch my videos, I am pretty much working every single day of my life on Whatnot, doing Whatnot streams. So if you guys ever want to check those out, selling live, hosting on Whatnot is no easy feat, but you can go and find it, a link down below. All the platforms that I am on every day, literally living on the internet every single day, as I like to call it. You will always be able to find it. I always update everything on every single one of my YouTube videos, the newest ones in the description, short videos or long videos. You'll be able to see every single platform that I am on. Okay. Currently, I'm on like so many different Whatnot streams. It is crazy. But yeah, bad economy, there's money to be made regardless. eBay business is still doing really, really well. If you know about that, obviously I do my e-commerce before I started to do this Whatnot thing. But I do find that, of course, in December, just overall, December is a good month for sales. I do think that the economy is making it harder for a lot of Whatnot sellers, because I watch a lot of other people's Whatnot shows as well. I think that sales are just pretty much plummeting for a lot of folks on Whatnot in terms of sellers. And eBay, I still think is pretty lit. And I'm actually really excited for eBay because I know they're testing out like their own version of live sales. It's not like ready for every single seller on eBay yet. So if you're on eBay and you have like a top rated store, it doesn't mean that just because you're a top rated store that you're able to use their live sales already. But I do know that some folks are already using that. So in the future, my personal guess is, and hopefully I am right, that the bigger platforms, like for example eBay, when they start rolling out like the ability for everybody to just do live streams and stuff like that and do live sales, it's probably going to be harder for places like Whatnot. So we'll see what happens. But I am excited for eBay to do that. I'm not personally watching much eBay live shows and making eBay purchases that are live. I'm still just really a seller on eBay, not so much even an active buyer. I would say I probably get more things on like Amazon than I do on eBay, but very excited to see what they have to offer later on, right? Or if they do like free giveaways later on eBay as well. Laura Scotcher, hi there. You see a person spend $25,000 by spending. Wait. Oh yeah. So, anyways, I am. Oh yeah. Cool Kick says backs. Yeah, I do. I've never bought anything from Cool Kicks, but I have entered their giveaways, never won. But I saw that whole story. They came and they came back, so whatever. All right, guys, we are gonna talk about GameStop. Obviously, yes, I'm still invested. I'm still invested in GameStop. It's been a long road. It's been a long road. If you have followed my journey on trading, then you know that I fell into the GameStop 2020. Is it 2020 or 2021? 2021. Oh my god, it's like forever ago. Guys, I'm so old. I can't even think about all these years. Yeah, 2021 is the first year I've ever invested in GameStop. And I'll never forget because in 2019, wait, was it 2020? Wait, I'm so confused. No, it's 2021. No. I didn't buy GameStop in 2020. I wish I did. It was 2020 though, I think, that a coworker of mine was buying GameStop and it was like $3 and I didn't buy then. And I was like, why would anybody buy GameStop? Because I literally would go to the mall and like never go to GameStop. I just never go. So I'm like, why would anybody buy GameStop? I'm like, why are you buying GameStop? And at the time I was buying Luck and Coffee or whatever. Um, and yeah, so definitely regrets on not buying back in 2019, and 2020. That's when like Roaring Kitty, and I didn't even know who Roaring Kitty was in 2020. I didn't find out about him until 2021. And when I did find out about him, obviously I joined the hype and then I bought GameStop and I lost like 50 grand or like 50,000 ish dollars. Now I'm officially over all. I can't say I lost money in GameStop, because fast forward, well, I bought and sold many times for GameStop. And then last year, when Roaring Kitty disappeared for like multiple years and then did a live stream, that's when I was like swing trading it. I was swing trading GameStop for like fun. And then it was not so fun because then everything crashed. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna diamond hand this thing because I was thinking like, okay, well, like if he comes back, maybe there'll be a pop and I will just leave then. No. So last year, summertime, I pretty much bought it in 2024, and I've just been stuck with GameStop all like this entire time, but I didn't just do nothing with it. I was selling call options. So if you watch my previous videos, obviously I told you guys I made like around $50,000 just by selling call options on my GameStop shares from last year to now. Obviously the volume was way better around the time of, you know, Roy and Kitty just making a comeback and making that one live stream. Now it's harder to make money on selling calls, and I honestly don't even think it's worth it right now. So I haven't been really doing it because I'd rather just for a pop and sell. But now everyone is like, literally everyone is talking about GameStop. And I actually only know about this through friends because I'm working every single day, guys. I didn't even have time to know about this. I didn't even know that people, well, like actually my SO knew about it, but I didn't have time to even talk to him about it. So this whole power packs situation with GameStop, I guess it's been happening for a while because I went on Reddit and it's like, I guess people talked about it like 4 months ago, but I am new to it. Okay. So it's really funny because I knew about this whole Gengar, you know, that game, like, you know, that it made it on the news that somebody bought, a Pokemon card and then sold it back to GameStop right away. And it was like, I just saw the card. It was like a Gengar, like it was like an old cartoon looking card. I'm assuming it's like a really old Pokemon card. So I saw that news, but it was really funny because they didn't even include GameStop's name in that news. So then later, when my friends were talking about like power packs, I went on to the app and I looked at it and I was like, wait, they have it featured right here about that Gengar card and it's like $30,000. So I guess what GameStop is doing, which is something that I was hoping for them, but didn't expect that they would do it like this. So like over the last couple of years of obviously like buying and selling, and I'm just like hoping that GameStop does something besides, you know, whatever it is that they're selling right now, which no offense, I have no interest in. Like through the last couple of years, no lie, I have never bought anything from GameStop. I think I almost bought like a Loungefly bag for $50. I had a Pokemon on there, and then I didn't. So just like not much of an interest for me as just like a regular consumer to buy anything from GameStop. And I know they have Pokemon cards, but every time I go there, at least the malls that I go to, there's like no Pokemon cards available. You have to like walk up to I guess the cashier and like specifically ask. So it's just like not that easy. And I always knew for a while now that they like been grading cards. So I thought that that was like a really good thing that they started to do. But again, it wasn't that convincing for me to be like, oh yeah, I have like a bunch of GameStop shares. Like this is fantastic. I'll diamond hand this for like 50 years. But right now I'm actually pretty happy about it because I think whoever thought this up is absolutely genius. Okay. Because what is the most popular thing right now? Like for the last 20 years, 20 plus years, Pokemon cards. And it's just, I don't even think Pokemon cards are honestly like ever going to go anywhere. I feel like if one thing is going to last forever, I think I asked this as a poll like to you guys on my streams before. And I'm like, what is going to last longer? Or like in the community tab, I did a poll on like Labubu's or Pokemon cards or whatever it is that is trending right now. Okay. And I truly do believe that Pokemon cards is going to outlast everything. I'm not saying that Labubu's, you know, all this stuff behind me, all these figures are not going to last long. I do think that they could still like continue to do well. It's just harder because with a card, you could buy like 50 cards and that could be worth like, I don't know, as much as a house without taking up that much space. But for you to own value in figures, at the value of a home, you're going to need like a lot more space than that. So I think like collectibles, it's just a little bit harder. It's a space issue, the size, the way of holding on to the value, because a card, you can like protect it in a case. And like, no offense to these, I protect most of mine except for this one. It's just too small. But like, how the heck am I going to protect this for the next 50 years? You know, unless I put it in like a vault after I put it in a glass case and I like never touch it. But like kind of the whole point of these things is you put it on a bag and you show it off. So it just doesn't really make sense to like have something that's worth $50,000 that looks like this. And then imagine to pass it down for years. Again, not knocking on figures. I still think that, you know, Pop Mart's not going anywhere either. I think all it takes is new celebrities coming in and pumping it. Yeah, they can continue to like trend up. So, and collaborations here and there with like new shows and blah blah blah. I don't know. They didn't come up with like a K-pop Demon Hunter or Pop Mart collab, but if they do, I highly believe that that's going to blow up. So, anyways, I think Pokemon is just going to be like one of those long-lasting things, but Pokemon is not something that I feel like has a place until now to really, really get folks to kind of like take everything to the next level until now. Because right now, this whole thing, I guess you can it is all I feel like it's all gambling. I don't know what other ways to call it. It's like a lottery, it's which is still gambling. You're basically with this GameStop power packs, I guess people are able to buy anything. You can pay like thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars, and then you're basically gonna be getting these cards. You don't know what it is. You don't know what it is. And then you might be able to get a card that's like 10 grand. You might be able to get a card that's like $30,000, like PSA graded. Fantastic. Again, I think it's awesome. Overall, our entire society, though, I don't know what it is, but this entire year with like Kalshi and those event contracts, is it just me or do you guys feel like, and even blind boxes too, that's still like a form of gamble? I, I don't know. I just think like everywhere I look nowadays, it's just like active online casinos is everywhere. And it does make money, but it's a little concerning. That's just anyways, that's off topic, but I'm a little concerned about the future, okay? So, and even though I think this is awesome for like the stock, I don't think it's hit yet because recently GameStop prices are not even like 30. It's at like what $25 a share. So, this is giving me hope and I think it's really cool the fact that you can get your cards. The coolest part about this is that I guess you buy your cards, you rip it digitally, so you're not like ruining and destroying the cards. And if you don't want it, you can either like I guess get it shipped to you or you can decide to sell it back to GameStop. So that is something I've never heard of because usually, like even you guys see me open up like the Cardsmith cards, right? With the Bitcoin and stuff. Usually, how it works is you buy cards, and then if you don't like it or you don't want it or you want to sell it for money, you're going back on eBay or you're going on like another website to sell it. But now the ability to like buy it on GameStop, rip it digitally, and they have their vaults, they say in Delaware, so also no sales tax, which is freaking amazing. Um, this whole thing is just genius. I just think like this entire situation is crazy genius. And I can only see this thing like doing better and better. I don't see this being something that would make them less money. I can only see them growing more. If anything, why don't they just shut down like majority of the brick and mortar stores that are maybe not doing well and then just focusing on this? Okay, because also with like Robinhood stock trading app, the fact that they are like now going into banking and obviously I have a Robinhood gold credit card. And I absolutely love it. 3% on everything. I recently complained about US Altitude Go. If you've seen that video, I'm super pissed about it still. I think Robinhood's doing a really good job. No foreign transaction fees and also 3% on everything. I'm kind of sick and tired of just these credit cards giving you like, oh, you're getting 4% or 5% for dining. Oh, but wait, it's only capped at like 2,000 per quarter or something stupid like that. I don't like that. Okay. So I prefer to have a card that is like straight up. Like, what am I supposed to do? Actually, I do have a friend that told me once that she keeps an Excel sheet on all her credit cards, like what percentages they get, how much she spent on them, when they expire, when you can try to get another card again after you've like reaped up the rewards. And I just like that's just too much for me. Okay. Somebody who works like 3 jobs, that's just too much. So I'd rather have a credit card like Robinhood, where my Robinhood Gold credit card, I could just use 3% on everything. There is no cap, it's just 3% on everything. So again, not financial advice, your own DD entertainment purposes only, but that is what I use and that is what I'm happy with. And I'm just sick and tired of all the little mini calculations here and there. Because when you forget or you don't calculate and you overspend on a certain credit card, then you will end up with like 1%. They take you back down to 1%. So anyway, sick and tired of that. I'm just really happy with Robinhood. And again, like that's what's interesting about this whole like GameStop is kind of reminding me of like kind of what Robinhood went through. Like everyone was like bashing on Robinhood at one point. Actually, funny enough, because of GameStop, right? When they stopped our buy buttons or whatever. Um, Nobody knew at that moment in 2021 that Robinhood would come so far and now become like a banking app. Okay. And now I think that you can sign up to do like checking accounts. I don't really care for that. I'm just about the credit card right now. So we'll see if I want to do like banking with them. Um, but they went a lot like a far, far way from 2021. And I think GameStop is just like at the beginning of that right now. And who knows what kind of store or what kind of company GameStop is going to become like 3-4 years from now. So this makes me all like very excited about GameStop. I guess I'll put out a poll for you guys. Sorry, I'm just not reading the comments as quickly as I'd like to because I'm blabbing. Do you believe in 10x GME? Okay, I'm just gonna start the poll on that. I don't think it's that crazy. I do think that 10x for GameStop is possible. Again, not saying that it's going to happen anytime soon, but I am way more confident because of this power pack situation with GameStop. I think they're just going in the right direction. Like whoever decided that, like kudos to Ryan Cohen, whatever it is that they're doing right there. I am very happy with it because before I was really going like I was trying my best to think like, oh my God, how is this company going to do better from 2021? I don't know. There is nothing they're doing that is that convincing to me, except for this right now. And then yeah, maybe Roy and Kitty could be like another catalyst. I don't know if he's going to disappear for like another few years and then make a comeback, or if that he would even hit in the future as it did before, which is last year. So don't know what's going on with him. Wish him all the best. But this is so much better, right? Like Roy and Kitty is a person and he can make the stock move. Okay. It's just momentum. But at the end of the day, for people to actually diamond hand a stock and believe in GameStop, they have to have good fundamentals. And to me, this is adding to the fundamentals. So I'm very, very, very excited about the future. With that being said, if you've been following my videos, I have been talking about how I really, really want to get a place. So I hope I can diamond hand the position. If it does like even 2x or do better, but I need to buy a place, I might have to let go of either some or all of my shares, which would be a complete bummer. But yeah, it's just crazy that it took this long for them to come up with something this good. However, it is wonderful, whatever it is that they're doing. And I'm sure it took a long time to like plan everything out in detail, like the Delaware no sales tax and the fact that you could do buybacks. And for a while, they were already grading cards. Like, remember, they were grading cards before the power packs, how you could bring in your cards and they'll buy it back from you. Like, that's something that I knew was going on before the power packs. So it's just like, I guess they've been playing these chess moves for a while and now it's just really taking off for them. And I hope later on, maybe they'll do some type of like a special Pokemon collab where like if Nintendo works with them in like a very specific way, maybe, I don't know. I feel like if they could get special rights to sell like cards where it's just not available anywhere else, not available Walmart, not available Target, and things like that in the future, that will also be really, really sick. So, or if we can like have an app that's completely belongs to GameStop, and then a lot of folks that are obsessed with their Pokemon cards right now, there's no app that exists out there, at least none that I know of, where people buy Pokemon cards and they can just show it off digitally, whether they own it digitally or they own it physically. So I think that could be like the next step. It's just kind of like Instagram, how people show off their stories, but you can like show off your cards, maybe anonymously or like as your own profile. I think that would be interesting. I hope that is the future step for GameStop, right? Like everyone can have their own little account and then you can just kind of show off your different items. And that also, and then you can start doing trades, maybe like online with each other, right? Like a GameStop would be the ultimate vault. And if I do a swap with someone I don't know on the internet, it won't have to be like we send it to each other's addresses. Maybe GameStop can take a fee and we send it to GameStop, then they verify that it's authentic and then they take a commission and then it's split. So I don't know, lots of possibilities with GameStop in the future. And then in terms of crypto, I think they still have that on their balance sheet, right? I thought that was at least also one of the good moves. So hopefully they go deeper into crypto. I know crypto's like kind of been going down lately, but oh, talking about crypto, hi there, Don. I'm a little bit upset about the fact that if you've been watching my videos, I've been saying that November and December is something that I've been waiting for since literally 2021 November. That's when all-time high for Bitcoin and Ethereum was, and Ethereum was like 4,800, right? Bitcoin, what was it? 69,000, 69,000. That was in 2021. So for the last 4 years, I just believed that obviously this year is going to be the year that it does the best. But then I kept thinking it was going to be November and December or even October. No, no, and now we are in December. It is December 7th. Am I shaking at the fact that maybe this entire month is going to suck and my hopes and dreams are totally going to crash? Yes, I am so furious. But at the same time, I think can't really be that mad because it's not like this year didn't hit because Bitcoin obviously hit over $120,000. So technically the prophecy was true that if you were in 2021 and you sold at the top because you're a genius, and then you bought during crypto winter, you bought and Bitcoin on a low and sold it recently again, the 4-year prophecy thing is true. But I just hope that it's not actually the end. Like, I'm still hoping that the Santa Claus rally happens, except I'm now at like a 50-50. Like, I think if it happens, it would be almost like a miracle. And it's just like a 50-50 shot at this point. What the heck is going to happen? Because the whole entire market is so weird. It's just so hard to know. And I don't think anyone, like literally no one out there can tell you an answer. And there's a bunch of people, obviously, that are hardcore Bitcoin folks online is going to say like, yeah, like it's going to go to 200K and then it's going to go to like 1 million. I hope so too. I hope so too, because I do think that Bitcoin, as Bitcoin rises, like all the altcoins does better. And I don't have any Bitcoin. So obviously my hopes and dreams are more focused on the altcoins, including Ethereum, which Ethereum totally sucks right now. But I'm not worried about Ethereum. I feel like nobody cares about Ethereum right now. And also nobody cared about XRP. And look at what XRP did this year. So if anything, silence is fine for me. Okay. A lot of silence on Ethereum is totally chill. Dogecoin, a little depressing, not gonna lie. Because last year, December, we were at 48 cents for no reason. For no reason. And then technically last year, 2024, it did dip to 13-ish, 9 cents, 13 cents and then 9 cents for Dogecoin. That was terrible. That was terrible. And then now we're pretty much at that point. Like we are almost as low for Dogecoin at one point this month as it was during the worst of times in crypto winter, which is shocking. Okay. So not really impressed by Dogecoin's movements. However, I think I've seen it like the volatility and then the growth afterwards enough times to know that my personal decision to do is if we see 9 cents for Dogecoin again, I will personally move out money that I am saving, that I'm saving money for just like cash. I just want cash at this point because I feel like I keep saying throughout this entire year, like, oh, I'm just gonna save money. I'm just gonna save, and I don't. I like invest almost every single time. So now I'm like, okay, I really need to have more cash. Okay. I need to have a better cash reserve before I dump it all into investments again. So I want to have a cash reserve. But even though I'm saying this right now, if I see like 9 cents, 8 cents, 7, 6, 5 Dogecoin, I probably will have to still buy just because after like the last 4 years, I regret not buying when everyone is basically freaking out. So for me, the number would be like 9 cents for me to hop in and buy more. Not really at 13, but if I have like extra money right now, which I don't mind buying more Dogecoin. Like I don't think that I would be regretting it later on. It's just that I still have a good position on there and I said I was going to save more cash, so that's why I can't do it right now. But yeah, I personally still think whenever I'm freaking out about crypto, I don't know about you guys, but then I just think like of defining it's literally all in or all out. You just have to think to yourself, where is this headed? Like, do I actually believe that Bitcoin's going to go down to like there really is no in between. I don't think Bitcoin's going to stay at like whatever it is right now, like I don't know, 80, $90,000. You But there's only two answers to me. It's like it's not going to stay at 90,000 for life. It's either going to go to like a dollar. That's just figure of speech. It's either going to go to $1 or it's going to go to like closer to 1 million. And then so my answer, my belief on that is going to be closer to 1 million, not to $1. So then do I believe in crypto? Yes. And then I'm just going to go by that. Because I think like every time I freak out, it's like, oh my God, I just want to sell everything. But then I just have to think to myself, like, okay, what is the end game here? Do I like overall believe in it? Do I think overall everybody in all these, including these big companies that are either have crypto in their balance sheets or they're like MicroStrategy and basically selling their shares to buy more Bitcoin? Do I think these people are just going to like stop believing it one of these years? Maybe they will, maybe they won't, but I think it's more Bitcoin's going to go closer to $1 million than it is to $1 in the future. I don't know how many years that's going to take before it gets to 1 million. It might be 20 years. It might be never, or more than 20 years, or maybe it'll happen in 3 years. I don't know. Anything can happen. But I just think that that is the way it's going instead of that way. And I just have to feel okay about it if I choose to still be invested. And if I want to freak out and believe that Dogecoin is going to go to 0.003 cents again, and ETH is going to go to like, I don't know, $100. If my fear is that, then I would just sell it all right now. And that's it. Just simple as that. Sometimes I just have to make things like life easier for myself because it is a total headache to be like, oh my God, my account is draining. And I do like to think fast forward. Like, do I wish that I had enough money 20 years ago, 25 years ago, and like bought Apple stocks or whatever? Yes. And I do think that someone 25 years from now is going to wish that they were old enough right here, right now, and was able to invest in the market and buy whatever it is that I have in my portfolio, even at these crazy high prices. So overall, that's just what I believe. And I do think that not for everything, but for some investments, time is money. And if you're lucky enough to be invested and you can throw your money in there and check on it, maybe 10, 20 years later down the line, it's a blessing. I mean, good luck to you guys. Hope all of you guys are doing well in your portfolios. And just, I think being shaken up by the media and like just by the news and is really, really easy. Like the fear mongering is really, it will get to you. It got to me so many times and I wish it didn't. And I just have to hold on to my conviction because I've had strong convictions on things like Netflix and I just did not diamond hand it. And you don't reap the rewards if you don't diamond hand on things. So that is my 2 cents. Hopefully I can look back at this video and know that I'd be proud of it one day for holding on to a lot of crypto positions, or maybe on GameStop, or maybe not. And also GameStop, I think, is doing their earnings in 2 days. Yeah, today's December 7th. I think they're doing earnings December 9th. So, and it may not hit like all this stuff that's happening right now, just like how Robinhood announced credit cards and how they announced that they were going to do all these other things months ago. I think even last year, they announced a lot of things that they wanted to plan for the future, and their stock did not do well until like way into the future, like after all these things were announced and then like kind of nothing happened. So sometimes some of these things just happen slowly. So I don't know if like this whole GameStop power pack situation is going to take some time for it to hit into the investors' minds, or for people to see more results and generate more volume in the trades. We'll see. But I have high hopes for it. I think this is like one of the best things I've ever done in the last 4 years. And I'm excited. Not saying that I'm buying a bunch of these packs, but if I had extra money, I think that's what I would be doing. I think if I spent like 2 grand, and even if I got like $500 back in value of cards, is better than like spending 2 grand on, I don't know, lotto tickets and scratchers, which most likely is not going to amount to anything. Bitcoin, well, with that being said, I still did buy the Powerball, so wish me luck. If I won the Powerball, I would only end up buying more crypto. Bitcoin will come down to 48, LOL. If it goes to 48, I'll buy one. If it goes to 48,000, I would gladly buy a Bitcoin. I just cannot afford Bitcoin. But I really want a whole Bitcoin. Almost like as like a collectible. It's very strange. I just don't really want to say one day that I have a whole Bitcoin, and I cannot say I don't even have one. I don't even have 0.1. I would like, one of my best friends is just collecting it like crazy. Like she's just buying as much as she can. Yeah, the very few people I know actually own it or like a whole Bitcoin. So I would like to be one of those people. Obviously, there's only 21 million, and some are obviously lost. I don't know, garbage cans or lost passwords. So there's not actually 21 million Bitcoin either. You just need 0.1 Bitcoin. No, I want 1. And I'm still going to scratch. I just like don't have time. But I would love to. I have a lot more Cardsmith cards that may have Bitcoin in there, or like 0.1 of a Bitcoin. I'd like to scratch one. But mainly I just want to buy one. So if it goes to 48, I don't think so. But if it goes to 48,000, happily I would buy one. I think 70. Oh, and you guys voted yes for GameStop 10xing. 10xing is kind of a stretch, I know, but again, depends on how many years I'm going to be watching it for. So anyways, just wanted to make this video for the record that I am pissed off that November and December was not that great for crypto. But even though the economy, and it's really weird. It's like a lot of people I know are having a hard time finding a job, making money, or lost their jobs. But then at the same time, I see like these portfolios going up. I see some people with way too much money to blow, and other people are barely able to pay rent. Housing prices are still really, really expensive. But rates are supposed, or like, I think there's expectations that it's supposed to come down. I don't know if under the Trump administration, like it did during the pandemic, we're going to see near zero interest rates ever again. But if it does, I would like to buy a house during that time. So yeah, I'm personally happy that if January we get a rate cut as well, that would be pretty sweet. To have like just overall lower mortgage rates, since I do want to buy a place. So there's that. I can hopefully look forward to. And I like, it's just weird because yeah, this month and last month, I really had high hopes for 4 years. So you can imagine how I'm not that happy about it. And now I'm kind of like, I don't know. I said I was going to sell this year. I don't think I'm going to sell at this price. I still got like more than 20 days to decide. Or maybe I'll just decide to YOLO. Because like right now I have the fear of like, okay, if January does, which was my original thought for the last 4 years. If January does, then I might regret not selling now. But then, of course, the other side of the coin is, what if next year doesn't end up being a crypto winter year and it continues to do well, but then I sold it in December? So yeah, that's still, I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but I just know I don't plan on selling majority of my crypto investments at the current prices, since I'm telling you guys that I believe in crypto. And maybe my house is just going to have to wait at this point, which also sucks. But I have the lower mortgage rates to look forward to. So wish me luck, guys. I'll let you guys know if I make any crazy changes in my life financially or crypto-wise or stock-wise. But I just feel like if I didn't have to buy a place and I don't need the money, I'm really confident in my portfolio, actually, that most people who are invested in the American stock market, especially for diversified, you'll probably be grateful 10, maybe less than 10 years, but definitely 10 to 20 years down the road than it didn't. So I still believe in that. Take care, guys. Thank you so much. Once again, if you want to support me, I am on I have a second channel pinned to the top of the stream. I post videos over there as well. Very different videos than you would see here. And so I recommend that. And if you want to ever find me on Whatnot, link down below. You could get my Whatnot link and get a $10 credit, I think, when you sign up. Okay, take care, guys. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.